Hi, this is Dr. Victoria Nalole. I'm a research fellow at the Extractives Hub, based at the Center for Energy, Petroleum, Mineral and Policy at the University of Dundee. Here with me is Ms. Sharon Lithur from Ghana, and today she's going to address the question as to whether Ghana is ready for onshore petroleum exploration and whether the government and international oil companies have obtained a social license to operate. But before she addresses us on that issue, I'd like Ms. Sharon to briefly introduce herself, and then thereafter she'll go ahead and answer the question.
Thank you, Victoria. So a brief introduction about myself. My name is Sharon Rose Lithur. I'm from Ghana. Currently, I work with the Central Bank of Ghana in the finance department. My background is in accounting and finance, and I have an MSc in energy finance, which I'm not really practicing, but thanks to the new job as the Extractive Hub champion for Ghana, I'm really excited to be getting back full-time into energy issues and oil and gas issues in Ghana. To answer the question, Ghana has been in exploration in the oil and gas sector for about 9 years now. We had first oil in 2011 after exploration from about 2007. Most of those exploration has been in deep water. That's basically in the western region. Now, Ghana has extensively done seismic and exploratory activities down the Keta Basin, and that is actually the focus of the question that I have today. The Keta Basin is actually supposed to be an onshore production if there is an oil find. And I noticed in the news that there were some protests some time back. It's actually very good to note that the concession was granted in 2016, but the protests have arisen in 2018. Now, my question is, has the community been engaged? Has the community been engaged during the time that the contract was being signed in 2016, where protests are now happening in the community by people who are concerned about their livelihoods, are concerned about the earning capacity of what they do, which is fishing and farming. Now, if you look at the activities that the people of the Keta Basin are into, it's basically farming and fishing in the Keta Lagoon for shrimps and other small fishes. Now, they are very concerned that they may lose their livelihood because when onshore production is started, they don't have enough land, so they might probably be relocated. The government has tried to allay their fears by engaging the community. From the videos I watched by Joy News, who have been reporting extensively on this issue, that they stand to gain a lot from the exploratory activities, where they would get jobs such as catering, such as drivers. These are low-skilled jobs, as I'm mentioning, because I mean the Keta Basin and the surrounding areas are actually rural. Not much of a rural area, but not very much developed, and they don't have skilled labor where we have petroleum engineers or geologists, so they are going to be getting the lower end of the jobs. Now, the government officials have actually tried to argue also that the expertise is already there, because there has been training for Ghanaian citizens in upstream exploratory activities. But actually, yes, I would agree. But how many of those people will be employed in the community itself? When you look around, you see the damage that has been done in the Niger Delta. You go to other places and you realize that a lot of thought was not taken into what the degradation and the magnitude of the activities in the onshore exploration would have done to the communities, and so they are very much agitated. I will take you to the issue of whether they have obtained a social license to operate. Now, this is a new term that has been ongoing, and it is just basically getting consent from the community in which an exploration or a mining activity will be done, whether the citizens have agreed for such an activity to be followed, or even if government or IOCs have gotten a contract to or a concession to do that. Now, from the protests, a lot of the community members have said that they were not engaged. They don't know what is happening. They don't even know how the activities would look like. And I think on the part of government, they didn't do well, because if a concession was granted in 2016 and residents are now getting to know in 2018 that this is what is going to happen to their livelihoods, I think government has to go back to the drawing board and get the community engaged better, let them know what the effect and the gravity of the activity they are going to do, and then encourage the community members to actually embrace the activity, because of course Ghana will benefit all revenues when a find is made. I mean, we are enjoying the revenues that are coming from the three fields, the Jubilee, the Tyne, and the Sankofa that just came. And of course, when we find oil in the Keta Basin, that would also increase the revenues that we get. But we should not forget the effects of onshore exploration and what it has done to people in the world. Social license to operate has actually impacted in many countries. When you look at Canada, the pipeline that was supposed to have come on board, they didn't go ahead because the citizens, the community members did not agree. I mean, such has been happening in Peru, and so it is not alien that something like this would happen. I know from a report on the oil and gas reporting website that citizens have made a petition to the judicial court, and I don't know what the verdict is going to be, but when such a time when that is done, we will see what the verdict will be, and I hope that the concerns of the citizens will be taken into consideration when oil is found, so that all of us will get to benefit from this resource. Thank you very much, Victoria, for having me.
Thank you very much, Sharon. That was very impressive, and I did like the discussion, especially the issue to do with social license to operate, and how oil and gas companies and also the government should involve the local communities, because at the end of the day, these are the people who are negatively impacted by the extraction of these resources. I will not ask a follow-up question, but I'll leave it up to our viewers to always send through their questions. You can send her the question directly, or you can send your questions through the Extractive Hub. We have the initiative where we will be able to respond to all the questions you sent. So if you have any questions, follow-up questions to Sharon's discussion, please feel free to contact her directly, or to send us the questions through the Extractive Hub. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and podcasts, and also do visit our website. You'll be able to view other videos on energy and mining from different experts. Stay tuned. Again, Sharon, thank you very much. It's good to have you here.